Hello， 大家好，我係夜貓 Yoshi。第三章推出嘅時候呢，我哋得到咗13個新嘅 VHS tape 啦。不過呢一邊呢唔會全部都詳細分析 ，Grab Pack 點樣用呢都冇咩好講啦，係咪？今日我哋係會重點討論部分嘅錄影帶，而其中有部分嘅內容呢已經直指咗主角嘅身份同埋翻嚟荒廢工廠嘅原因。想睇全中文字幕嘅 VHS 錄影帶，亦都可以喺我 channel 度揾到啦。記得留個讚好同埋訂閱俾我，日後就可以睇到更加多相關嘅劇情分析片啦。首先係錄影帶2，錄影帶之中嘅 Claire Harper， 佢係 Playcare 之中嘅輔導員。喺對談之中，我哋得知到媽咪 Longlegs 嘅過去。
All right, Miss Harper, please explain the situation. Spare no detail.
Well, like any night, all the children were getting to sleep. It was peaceful, quiet. Catnap had the red smoke in the room. Then suddenly, there was this scream. Nightmares happen, I know, but this, dilated pupils and quivering lips. The way her eyes darted around the room, and I swear, her hand in mine, it felt like her blood was boiling beneath her skin. She saw something too, something horrible. I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
Miss Harper, we'll provide the very best care we can offer. You have my word. But this is important. Did Marie happen to describe what she saw?
Yes, a monster, she said that it was colorless. Gosh, I could feel the poor little heart pounding. For her, it was right there. And her movements, they were so wild. Arms flailing, legs kicking. I wanted to talk to her, see how she's doing. I really need to hear her voice right now.
That would not be advised, Miss Harper. There are many concerns we must address at this time. But vitals show normal, and we'll continue to monitor. She'll be okay.
No! Well, pardon me if I'm not comforted by that. Just bring my little girl back to me.
媽咪 Longlegs 實驗品1222，亦都就係 Claire 口中嘅 Marie。佢喺變成巨大玩具之前呢，亦都係 Playcare 嘅孤兒。佢曾經吸入咗 Catnap 嘅紅煙，導致到身體異常，亦都有出現幻覺嘅情況。而佢睇到嘅無色怪物，好大機會就係 Catnap 嘅幻象。大家記唔記得喺第三章嘅結尾之中見到 Catnap 嘅另一個形態呢？其實呢一啲全部都只不過係幻覺，我哋係受到紅煙嘅影響先至見到 Catnap 變成咁樣。因為喺死亡動畫之中係證實咗 Catnap 並冇實際改變容貌，就連我哋見到都會覺得驚。可以想像到一個細路女喺孤兒院出現咁樣嘅幻覺，會係一件幾咁恐怖嘅事。然而孤兒院嘅受害者並唔只有 Marie 一個，成個實驗場地之中都係遍佈紅煙，真係好難想像到呢一啲嘅孤兒喺呢一度生存係幾咁嚴重嘅折磨，難怪之後玩具嘅叛變，亦都就係歡樂時刻嘅時候，啲玩具盡情咁樣釋放自己心中嘅怒火啦。除咗可憐嘅經歷，呢一邊亦都解釋翻媽咪 Longlegs 嘅母愛特質，原來係由 Claire 呢位輔導員而嚟。Marie 同埋 Claire 睇起嚟關係非常之親近。Claire 喺唔了解紅煙嘅情況之下，以為 Marie 喺孤兒院之中俾人欺凌，亦都怪責自己冇去好好地睇住 Marie， 令到佢受到傷害。而錄影帶之中呢，我哋亦都聽得出 Claire 得知到 Marie 狀況嘅時候呢，佢係幾咁激動。有時候小朋友嘅性格好容易會受到親近嘅成年人去影響，亦都就係因為睇到 Claire 照顧孤兒嘅一面而繼承咗呢一種嘅特質，喺成為玩具火車站站長嘅時候，好友善咁樣對待唔同嘅孤兒。呢個部分都算係補充翻第2章之中遺留咗嘅劇情啦。之後落嚟我哋準備會講 VHS 4，不過會講之前呢，再講埋 Home Sweet Home 之中有部分內容唔喺 VHS 之中，但係對劇情非常之重要，就係呢個走廊之中嘅錄音。
Tragic news this morning as of 9:45 a.m. Local authorities report that the body of a young has been found on the estate of the late Elliot Ludwig, found in an upstairs bedroom in a large duffel bag. Officers on scene report that the remains appear to have been disturbed. Organs as well as key bones from the skeletal structure were reported missing from the body. It is unknown at this time whether this extraction was, in fact, the cause of death. Following recent events, Playtime Co. was asked for any comment regarding the discovery. This is what they had to say. Quote, "It's sickening. Elliot Ludwig was a great man, and those who knew him understood that he was not capable of violence, let alone what others now claim. He had a deep love in his heart for children like this one, making the actions of whoever planted this body all the more sick. We look forward to clearing his good name, both in the public eye and in the eyes of the law." Despite Playtime's proclamation of Ludwig's innocence, many believe his reclusive and mysterious nature displayed over the previous decades lends suspicion to this claim. When questioned, Ludwig's neighbors indicated that he would often return to his home in strange hours of the night and depart again before sunrise. Some believed he was sick, others that and Playtime Co., it seems, intends to keep Elliot's name within its brand regardless, but is sure to be a long legal battle will follow.
錄音嚟到呢一邊，我哋可以有幾種解讀。第一 ，Elliot 喺外界裝模作樣，實際上係一個偽君子，以關愛為理由喺自己居所嗰度肢解小朋友，並且喺深夜嘅時候將佢嘅內臟同埋骨骼帶翻去工廠之中進行實驗。呢個猜測會係合理嘅。喺過往嘅 ARG 之中，我哋可以睇到內容係有涉及到神經系統啊、骨髓等等，而呢啲額外嘅玩具材料，好可能就係 Elliot 喺外面帶翻嚟嘅。而呢一邊仲有第二個猜測啦 ，Elliot 確實係一個愛護小朋友嘅偉人，因為想將歡樂帶俾小朋友，凌晨依然努力咁樣工作，所以先有奇怪嘅翻工時間。而佢死咗之後，佢嘅居所俾人用作棄置屍骸嘅地方。過往我哋得知道係有另一個科學家叫做 Harley Sawyer 啦，係 Bigger Bodies Initiative 嘅策劃人。孤兒院已經有大量嘅玩具材料去存在啦，多出嚟嗰啲咧直接棄置喺冇人居住嘅地方，好似都好合理啊，係咪啊？你哋呢部分對 Elliot 嘅睇法又係點樣呢？亦都可以留言話俾我知。Elliot 嘅真相，我會喺下一條片關於 Ollie 嘅劇情之中再詳細講解，保證精彩啊！言歸正傳，呢度其實仲有第三個可能性，亦都就係紅煙對玩家嘅影響造成咗幻覺。呢一邊將呢啲奇怪嘅聲調轉嚟播呢，原來仲有一段隱藏嘅錄音，你哋聽完就會明㗎啦。
I find your presence intrusive. After all this time you return. You come in here and you kill and murder. You pillage and destroy. Your presence was demanded 10 years ago and you didn't show up. 8/8/1995. You were supposed to be here. Why weren't you here? You missed the event. You missed the meeting. You missed the party. You have no right to be here. 8/8/1995.
1995年8月8號，亦都就係歡樂時刻發生嘅時候啦。主角因為未知嘅原因錯過咗呢場殺戮，亦都成為咗歡樂時刻嘅幸存者。主角本來應該要在場，佢係應該要死於工廠之中。基於玩具嘅報復係向實驗人員，而句子之中對主角唔友善嘅態度，好大機會主角都係工廠嘅高層之一。然後我哋再嚟聽一聽 VHS 4嘅後半部，由歡迎嘅語調慢慢變成責罵。
So should you come back tomorrow feeling unhappy for where you are or what you've done, worry not, for your supervisor is here and happy to listen. And should you come back years later, your conscience finally getting the better of you, may you descend into the dark and the dust, finding all that awaits you are incomprehensible horrors.Each hungry for your return, each eager that they might find you. Perhaps they'd smile at you from a shadow, their smiling mouths full of teeth and meat and plastic, watching and waiting patiently for their turn at a warm welcome. Or perhaps they won't allow you such time to figure your place in the world you'd left.A world that's theirs now. Welcome home.
主角之所以翻嚟，就係因為罪疚感喺紅煙嘅影響底下，佢回想翻嚟嘅原因。作為高層嘅一份子，係有為可憐嘅孤兒負責嘅必要。就算冇喺歡樂時刻之中死，佢依然要翻嚟去揾翻佢贖罪嘅方法。不過喺揭曉主角身份之前，我哋先嚟睇一睇 VHS 5一個最傷感嘅錄影帶啊！
Here they all are.
Well, of course. They'd never miss this.
Listen, Mrs. Brooks, we're going away.
Tell us. This week, Dr. White here has selected our very own Samuel Lee. Now, before he goes, let's all give Sam one last goodbye, shall we? With me. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, Sam!
有一個叫做 Samuel Lee 嘅小朋友，白醫生宣布佢即將離開，好多小朋友都天真咁樣上前送上祝福，亦都同 Samuel 去道別，以為佢係俾人收養咗，但實際上佢係被選為下一個實驗品。而你知唔知最心寒嘅係乜嘢啊？ Bespoke 係話呢個星期，亦都即係話每個星期都有小朋友去慘遭毒手。睇起嚟好歡樂嘅歡送儀式，同實際慘況嘅鮮明對比，令到我更加可憐呢一啲嘅孤兒。之後就係 VHS 8，一個睇落唔太顯眼嘅員工對談，隱藏住最大嘅秘密。
Stupid clunky elevator.
What was that, Richie?
Nothing. Let's just get this shipment dropped and go. Hello, my name is Elliot Ludwig. Would you look around?
I take it you're not a fan of these plays, are you?
Nope, never liked the feel of it. I mean, don't you think these kids deserve some real sunlight instead of floodlights and painted skies? Hell, we're not even allowed to talk to these kids. Isn't that... Sorry, Stu.
Sorry? That doesn't sound like the Rich I know.
Well, trying to stop being so pissed off all the time. My wife says I'm a lovely man, but I gotta control my temper. So, I'm doing it for her.
You're just different, Rich. Honest to a fault. But I always liked that about you.
Yeah? Well, you're one of the few.
You know, Richie, with my retirement coming up, they've been pushing hard for me to choose my replacement. I'm thinking about giving the role to you.
What, really?
Really? Nothing official yet. But I think there's a decent guy beneath all that graft. An honest, hard-working man. You prove me right. I say your chances are pretty good.
Wow, geez, I don't know what to say. I'm just glad to see not everyone in this place has it out for me.
Not everybody, Rich. Not everybody.
呢一邊嘅 Richie 可能大家已經唔記得咗佢啦，但係佢喺第2章之中咧係有出現過嘅。喺過往嘅錄影帶之中咧，我哋得知到 Richie 依然係脾氣暴躁，但係亦都係有關心孤兒嘅。最後因為高層得知到佢成日抱怨工作環境而俾人降職啊！等一陣先 ，VHS 8唔係話 Stewart 想幫 Richie 去升職嘅咩？咁到底發生咗啲咩事呢？ VHS 之中我哋聽到 Stewart 即將退休，睇嚟退休之後 Richie 係並冇成功升職，相信係因為佢關心孤兒嘅一面，驚佢影響到工廠嘅運作而俾人降職啊。至於呢位 Stewart， 我估佢就係主角嘅真身。首先 Stewart 作為 Richie 嘅上司，有可能亦都係高層嘅其中一個成員啦，有參與過實驗，亦都不足為奇。另外，如果因為退休令佢錯過咗歡樂時刻嘅話，亦都係一個好合理嘅不在場原因啦。但係最能夠說服到我佢就係主角嘅原因，就係 VHS 8嘅對話之中 Stewart 好欣賞 Richie， 雖然佢脾氣暴躁，但佢係一個正派嘅人，或者 Stewart 想將 Richie 升職，就係希望 Richie 可以完成到自己做唔到嘅嘢。Stewart 亦都關心孤兒，但係由於職位令到佢身不由己，只可以冷眼旁觀，喺離職之前都冇辦法改變到孤兒嘅命運，亦都就係呢一份嘅遺憾產生咗啱啱前面提及到嘅罪疚感。
Should you come back years later, your conscience finally getting the better of you, may you descend into the dark and the dust
呢個部分其實就係主角嘅內心世界，認為變成玩具嘅孤兒會咁樣同自己講，明明擁有住職權，但係乜嘢都冇做，直接離開咗。就算唔似 Harley Sawyer 或者 Liv Pierre 咁冷血、助紂為虐、冷眼旁觀嘅行為，已經足夠令到主角受到良心嘅責備。講到身不由己，仲有另一位高層，劇情都令我相當之意外啊！我哋嚟聽一聽 VHS 10啦。
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Hartman, come on in. Please have a seat. How was your ride down?
It was nothing like we were expecting. Mr. Ludwig's speech was, well, it just confirms for us that you're the orphanage we want to go through.
It's a truly magical place. I felt right at home from the second I entered. You open that door the first time and you just know you're never going to leave. Kind of like finding a home as a child and always thinking of it when you want to feel comforted. I understand you want to give Jeremy that home?
Yes, and we would like to adopt.
Amazing. You'll be perfect for... Oh.
What?
Well, it appears there's been some complications.
Complications? What kind of complications?
I don't know. The form says testing.
What does that mean? Tell us, what does that mean?
Miss Greyber, we deserve a better explanation than that. Don't you think?
You're in charge of all this! How could you not know?
And why are we only finding out about this now?
I don't. I'm sorry.
錄影帶之中可以聽到 Stella Greyber 對表格上嘅測試感到疑惑，但係呢一份嘅疑惑係有更加深層嘅意思。佢疑惑嘅原因只係唔知道 Jeremy 俾人揀咗成為實驗品，但係後續嘅情緒其實係不情願嘅隱瞞。喺過往嘅 ARG 之中已經證實咗 Stella 對於 Catnap 事件係知情嘅，加上佢係 Playcare 最頂層嘅上司，冇可能對呢件事唔知情。喺 ARG 嘅報告語氣之中同埋 VHS 錄影帶嘅反應嚟睇 ，Stella 同 Stewart 一樣都係可憐啲孤兒，只係佢哋冇改變大環境嘅能力。呢個部分其實我都相當之意外啦。喺 Chapter 1嘅 VHS 之中咧 ，Stella 形容永遠唔會長大嘅部分，我仲覺得佢係認同將小朋友變成玩具嘅實驗，睇嚟我係怪錯咗佢啊！跟住落嚟，我哋回顧一下 VHS 9，因為要同 VHS 12去一齊討論，所以啱啱跳過咗先。
Okay, this is Catnap, experiment number 1188. What's his real name again? Okay. Hey, Theo. How you doing, bud? Normally I'd have Dr. Sawyer do this, but he's, out, let's say. So you got me until they find his replacement. First off, congrats. This is officially your 4th year in your new body, and you've made some real progress, pal. I was told that when you and the other smiling critters, you know, Dog Day, Picky Piggy, yada yada yada, were added into Playcare, that you weren't really getting along too well with the kids like everybody else was. But look at you now. The kids love you. And that red smoke, I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Is his, voice thingy still broken?
Prototype will save us.
Theo, nobody's gonna save you. This prison is where you belong. We'll let you out here and there to go see the kids in Playcare, but your home is here. And as for the prototype, his home is in the labs. This is your life now. Get used to it.
VHS 9係一個 Liv Pierre 同埋 Catnap 嘅對話，雖然主要內容都係圍繞住 Liv Pierre 去嘲諷 Catnap， 但係有一個小細節可能大家忽略咗 ，Harley Sawyer 點解唔見咗呢？呢一個係一個好關鍵嘅問題嚟㗎。根據過往嘅記錄，報告日期係喺1991年嘅2月 ，Catnap 係3個月之前製造，所以確實嘅製造日期係1990年嘅12月。4週年亦都意味住錄影帶嘅時間係1994年嘅12月，啱啱好比起歡樂時刻早唔夠1年嘅時間 ，Harley Sawyer 喺歡樂時刻之前消失並唔係一個巧合。呢邊我哋首先嚟聽一聽 VHS 12。
Log code 24459. In relation, experiment 1006. The prototype. Stubborn as he is, and always silent with each passing session, I'm still uncovering fresh data nonetheless. Today's discovery... End of log.
Ready to talk now, are you? I possess
A question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel anything?
This question referred to what exactly?
You stick us,
Beat us.
tear at flesh.
Do you feel it?
There's a secret inside you, 1006. Valuable beyond all measure. I cut and prod and burn at it, and I get closer with each session. So speak, or don't. Fight, or give in. Regardless, I learn something new about you every day. It excites me.
Thank you.
You thank me.
Absolutely.
I learn something new about you every day.
當1006問問題嘅時候呢，我哋係可以聽到開門嘅聲。
I possess
A question.
咁樣其實係意味住1006同埋 Harley Sawyer 嘅對話，好大機會係喺同一間房之中進行。而問到 Harley Sawyer 佢有啲乜嘢感受嘅時候呢，佢並冇為自己嘅行為感到羞恥，反而話俾1006聽，無論你反抗定係屈服，都對1006嘅研究感到興奮啊。雖然 VHS tape 嘅最後只係聽到1006去模仿 Harley 嘅聲音，但係綜合翻啱啱 VHS 9 Harley Sawyer 嘅消失，我認為呢一個部分1006好大機會係選擇咗反抗。Harley Sawyer 對於研究嘅執着 ，Catnap 4週年，佢冇可能會唔參與實驗嘅錄影，無論佢係死咗定係重傷，當時嘅佢都已經冇辦法參與呢一場嘅錄影。Harley Sawyer 嘅下場呢，我亦都會喺下一條片講到 Ollie 真實身份嘅時候再詳細解釋。然後就係最後嘅 VHS 13歡樂時刻嘅記錄。呢一邊我有幾個疑問。第一，點解歡樂時刻要殺晒所有嘅員工呢？喺上述嘅 VHS 之中，我哋可以睇到，亦都有無辜嘅員工存在噶嘛。錄影帶之中，我哋可以睇到呢度真係屍骸遍野，呢個數量嚟睇應該過萬個員工啦嘛。我唔相信所有員工都有參與實驗過程。大家可以諗下，如果單純係想救孤兒嘅話，大可以直接逃走。例如好似當時黑兒咁樣，1006今次嘅廝殺係帶有目的咁樣殺死所有工廠員工，而呢一個目的就係要滅口。工廠嘅惡行一直都係俾人隱藏起嚟啦，而當然最決斷嘅方式就係令所有人都死喺呢一度，呢個荒廢咗嘅地方就唔會再有任何人知道。而 而第二個疑問就係點解錄影帶會喺 Poppy 手上？成個劇情都係俾 Poppy 帶住走，呢個部分亦都係我唔信任 Poppy 嘅主要原因啦。因為要對付1006呢件事，俾 Poppy 講得太順理成章啊，令到我冇辦法唔懷疑佢係有私心。呢個部分亦都會喺之後嘅片之中再詳細去解釋。如果大家有啲咩睇法，亦都歡迎留言話俾我知。我係夜貓 Yoshi，我哋下次翻嚟再見啦，拜拜。